Good evening, America, and welcome to the continuing coverage of the Watergate scandal at the White House. I'm your host at the CNN newsroom, Ethan Messier, and joining me tonight is our White House correspondent, Daria. It is August 9th, 1974, and if you joined us last night, we witnessed President Nixon's historic resignation speech.
I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow. Vice President Ford will be sworn in as president at that hour in this office.
Today we're expecting the president's departure from office and the inauguration of Vice President Gerald Ford. We turn now to Daria, covering the unfolding events from the White House lawn. Daria?
Thank you, Ethan. There is no denying that Americans are shocked, for lack of a better word, as the president's involvement in the Watergate scandal has been unraveled. On June 12th, 5 men who worked closely on President Nixon's re-election campaign arrested here in Washington at the Democratic National Convention headquarters. The men, by the names of Bernard Baker, Virgilio Gonzalez, and Eugenio Martinez, James McCord Jr., and Frank Sturgis were caught in the act of wiretapping phones and stealing official documents. Electronic bugs were meant to secretly record and relay information from inside the DNC, as well as copies of secret files were found at the scene of the crime.
And Daria, to interrupt you here for a minute, I'd like to make it clear to our viewers that the president adamantly denied his campaign's involvement in the break-in, but the shocking new revelations from another news source indicate that Nixon was not being truthful. A few days after the break-in, he arranged for hundreds of thousands of dollars in hush money to be paid to the thieves. Him and his aides instructed the CIA to impede the FBI's investigation of the DNC break-in. It soon came to light that Nixon was taping every single conversation that unfolded in the Oval Office, and as we have seen in the past few weeks, the House approved 3 articles of impeachment against Nixon, who has now announced his resignation before the impeachment vote could proceed.
That's right, Ethan. The House did approve those 3 articles of impeachment against Richard Nixon for obstruction of justice, abuse of power, criminal cover-up, and several violations of the U.S. Constitution.
Daria, I hate to interrupt you, but we have news that Gerald Ford is about to take the oath of office.
Mr. Vice President, are you prepared to take the oath of office as President of the United States?
I am, sir.
If you will raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Gerald R. Ford, do solemnly swear.
I, Gerald R. Ford, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
I'm here with Mike, who is a lawyer here in D.C. Mike, what do you make of this? How is the entire situation with former President Nixon left blue-collar Americans like you feeling?
To be honest, ma'am, like others, I feel very shocked and sort of betrayed by our government. I mean, there's so much divide between Republicans and liberals, but I'm starting to feel like everybody in Washington is against us.
I can see why you feel that way. Shocking commentary coming from concerned citizens here in Washington.
Thank you, Daria. Well, folks, that's all we have for tonight. Thank you for joining us as we covered the resignation of President Nixon.